Have you ever wondered if your dog is stressed, depressed, or just simply sad? Just like us humans, dogs have a rich spectrum of emotions. They can experience joy, excitement, and love, but also sadness, depression, and stress. It might surprise you to know that our four-legged friends are not always the happy, carefree creatures we believe them to be. Their behavior can change when they are under stress or feeling down, and these changes can have serious implications on their overall well-being. Understanding these signs is not just about being a good pet parent, it's about ensuring our furry friends lead the healthiest, happiest lives they can. Dogs cannot communicate their feelings in words, so it's up to us to recognize these signs through their behavior. It's crucial that we, as responsible pet owners, recognize these signs early on before they escalate into something more serious. What can cause a dog to feel stressed or depressed? Just like humans, dogs can experience stress, depression, and sadness, often triggered by significant changes or inconsistencies in their lives. Imagine the emotional roller coaster your furry friend might go through when you move to a new house. Think about the anxiety they might feel with the addition of a new family member, whether it's a baby or another pet. The loss of an owner or companion can also be a significant stressor for dogs, causing feelings of anxiety and depression. Even changes that might seem minor to us can have a profound impact on a dog's emotional well-being. A significant alteration to a dog's daily routine, such as an owner working longer hours or the dog spending extended periods in a kennel or rehoming centre, can trigger feelings of stress or depression. For dogs, consistency is key, and disruption to their normal routine can be incredibly stressful. But stress isn't just about change. Dogs can also become stressed or depressed if they are not given an outlet for their natural canine behaviours. Dogs need to run, retrieve, sniff, and dig. When they can't engage in these behaviours, it can lead to frustration and stress. Common triggers of stress also include separation from an owner, exposure to loud noises, encountering large or unfamiliar objects, or being in the midst of big groups of people. It's important to remember that individual dogs will react differently to the same stressor. According to the clinician's brief, a dog's reaction is influenced by environmental conditions, conditioning, genetics, and neurological adaptation. Stress or anxiety can be appropriate in some situations, such as a dog becoming stressed and fearful when confronted by a wild animal. However, in other instances, such as a fear of people wearing hats, the stress is unnecessary and can be detrimental to the dog's well-being. Understanding these triggers can help us prevent or mitigate stress in our furry friends. By recognizing the signs of stress and understanding what might be causing it, we can take steps to alleviate these negative feelings and help our dogs live happier, healthier lives. So what are the signs that your dog might be stressed? Let's dive into the first 5 signs that could indicate your dog is experiencing stress. One of the most noticeable signs is a change in eating habits. If your dog suddenly loses interest in food or starts eating more than usual, it might be a red flag. Dogs often use food as a coping mechanism, much like humans do. So, an alteration in their eating pattern could indicate that they're trying to deal with stress. Secondly, excessive barking or whining could be a cry for help. Dogs communicate through noise, and a sudden increase in their vocalizations might be their way of expressing anxiety or discomfort. It's essential to listen to these vocal cues and take them seriously. Thirdly, if your dog is sleeping more than usual, it could be a sign of stress. While it's normal for dogs to sleep a lot, a significant increase in sleep duration or frequency could indicate that they're trying to escape from stressful situations. On the other hand, difficulty sleeping can also be a sign of stress. The fourth sign is aggression. If your normally well-behaved dog suddenly becomes aggressive, it could be an indication of stress. Stress can make dogs feel threatened and trigger aggressive behavior. So if your dog is lashing out, it's crucial to consider what might be causing this change and address it promptly. Lastly, repetitive or compulsive behaviors, such as tail chasing or excessive licking, can be a sign of stress in dogs. These behaviors are often a dog's way of self-soothing when they're feeling anxious. It's important to remember that these behaviors can also be symptoms of a medical condition. So a visit to the vet might be in order if you notice these signs. These are just some of the signs to look out for, but let's move on to the rest. Continuing with our list of stress signs in dogs, let's dive into the remaining 5 indicators that may suggest your furry friend is feeling more than a little overwhelmed. One sign of stress that is easily observable is pacing or shaking. Just like humans, dogs can fidget when they're anxious. They might pace back and forth, or even shake uncontrollably. This is a clear indicator that something is troubling your pet, and it's time to take action. The next sign is excessive shedding. Now, all dogs shed, but if you notice your dog is shedding more than usual, it might be due to stress. Stress hormones can cause hair follicles to release hair more quickly than usual. So if you're suddenly finding more hair around the house, it might be time for a stress check. Moving on, changes in body language can also indicate stress. Dogs communicate largely through body language, and a stressed dog might appear different. They might hold their ears back, tuck their tail, yawn excessively, or lick their lips more than usual. These subtle changes can be easy to miss, but they're important signs of a dog's emotional state. Changes in bodily functions is another sign to look out for. Stress can lead to physical symptoms like diarrhea, constipation, or even loss of appetite. Remember, any sudden changes in your dog's habits warrant a visit to the vet. Finally, isolation is a sign that's hard to miss. If your once sociable dog is now spending most of their time alone, it might be because they're feeling stressed or depressed. Dogs are pack animals and naturally crave companionship. So a dog that's isolating themselves is likely doing so because they're feeling unwell. These signs are all indicators that your dog might be experiencing stress or depression. It's important to remember that these signs are just that. Signs. They're not definitive proof, and if you're in doubt, it's always best to consult with a professional. A veterinarian can provide a thorough examination and offer the best course of action to help your pet. Let's recap what we've learned about recognizing stress in dogs. Our furry friends have rich emotional lives just like us. They experience a spectrum of feelings, from joy to sorrow, excitement to stress. But unlike us, they can't verbally express how they feel. It's up to us, their human companions, to decipher their behavior and identify any signs of stress, depression, or sadness. We've explored various triggers that could cause stress in dogs. Significant changes or inconsistencies in their lives can lead to feelings of anxiety and depression. This could be a move to a new home, a new addition to the family, or the loss of a loved one. Shifts in their daily routine, such as their primary caregiver working longer hours or a long stay in a kennel, could also trigger stress or depression. A lack of outlets for normal dog behavior like running, retrieving, sniffing and digging can also contribute to stress. And let's not forget common stressors like separation from an owner, loud noises, unfamiliar objects, or large crowds. Every dog is unique and will react differently to the same stressor. Their reaction is influenced by their environment, conditioning, genetics, and neurological adaptation. Stress or anxiety could be a normal response in some situations, but detrimental in others. We have also uncovered 10 common signs of stress in dogs. Some are obvious, while others are more subtle. As responsible pet owners, it's crucial that we identify these signs early on, before they escalate into more serious issues. Prolonged or chronic stress can have severe consequences on a dog's overall health and well-being. It can weaken their immune system and lead to behavioral issues. That's why it's so important to recognize these signs and take action to alleviate these negative feelings in our canine companions. If you suspect your dog might be stressed or depressed, don't hesitate to consult with a veterinarian. They can provide expert guidance and recommend appropriate interventions to help your dog feel better. It could be as simple as making small changes in their environment or routine, or it might involve more targeted approaches like behavioral therapy or medication. In conclusion, dogs have a profound capacity to feel and express emotions. They rely on us to understand and respond to their needs. Recognizing signs of stress in dogs is an integral part of responsible pet ownership. It allows us to intervene when necessary and ensure our dogs lead happy, healthy lives. And remember, our dogs give us their unconditional love and loyalty. It's only fair that we reciprocate by providing them with a safe, stress-free environment where they can thrive. Remember, our dogs rely on us to understand and respond to their needs. Recognizing signs of stress in them is a crucial part of responsible pet ownership.